We return to our special presentation on the year ahead and Singapore's 60th birthday bash. And part of building a stronger nation together is putting together a greener parade for the annual Chingay celebration. The event aims to leveraging electric vehicles for all the floats and have its participants incorporate sustainability in their daily lives. A record 23 floats will hit the roads this year. Here's a look at how preparations are coming along.
The annual Parade of Colour wouldn't be possible without these volunteers. They spend hours on the weekend putting these mosaics together. Come 7th and 8th of February, the fruits of their labour will be on show. Along the way, friendships are inevitably forged.
I find that this is a very good community bonding session, and we bring a lot of all ages, from maybe primary school kids to elderlies that can be 80 years old.
每次他叫我都来，感觉很好嘛，因为我可以练我的头脑。
It's actually my first time here, yeah. So I'm just following what other people are already doing because they are more experienced than me.
This is the man behind the idea for this float. Watching his daughter bake gave him food for thought. The suji cake was the result, but Royston Pang decided to add a fun and colourful twist to it, hence the name Whimsical Wonderland, with its bold mosaics and playful reimagination of food.
I hope that they can understand the craft of mosaicing, right, and also like where it comes from and how it can be translated to something more modern with vibrant and bold colors, and then they can use this to use it for their own crafts, maybe even pass it on and teach the community, and also so that they can use it for their events and gatherings.
While he experiments, minimizing waste is at the forefront of his mind. For example, these flowers come from excess foam strips. Even these cutouts, which are normally discarded, becomes part of the float.
We actually encourage our community artists and also our residents to actually use recyclable or upcycling so-called products to actually make their float, so that they can also take this as an opportunity to understand better what is the environment impact that we are looking at, and hopefully they can take back some of this learning and actually practice it in the daily life.
Mr. Kia also hopes more will come forward with sustainability ideas for future parades. This year's event is doubly special. Singapore will be celebrating 60 years of independence. Along with Malaysia, it will be jointly nominating the Chingay Parade for the UNESCO Cultural Heritage List in March.
Singapore's 60th birthday extravaganza will be held at the Padang, which together with its surrounding historical buildings is collectively known as the Padang Civic Ensemble. The area took its first steps towards recognition as a UNESCO World Heritage Site when it was placed on Singapore's own tentative list in March last year. Rachel Teng tells us more.
The heart of Singapore's history. This is what the Padang and its surrounding buildings mean to Singaporeans, and maybe soon to the rest of the world as well. Should the area be recognized as a UNESCO World Heritage Site, it could give a significant tourism boost to the city-state.
Botanic Gardens, ever since it got its World Heritage status, has actually seen a lot more people coming to visit it. And I think most importantly, it does help to forge a kind of sense of pride among Singaporeans to know that another site has actually been put on a global heritage map.
The Padang Civic Ensemble consists of a few key sites. St. Andrew's Cathedral is Singapore's oldest surviving Anglican place of worship. The former City Hall was where the Japanese army surrendered after World War II, while the former Supreme Court was active until 2005. Both buildings have been turned into the National Gallery. The old Parliament House was home to Singapore's Parliament from independence to 1999. It's now a centre for art and heritage activities. The Padang was where the Proclamation of Independence was read in 1965 and the site of the first National Day Parade. It will also be where Singapore celebrates its 60th birthday later this year. The former town hall was once the spot for civic discussions. It later became part of the Victoria Memorial Hall, where Singapore's first TV station aired its first broadcast. Today, it continues to be a venue for arts and cultural activities. And finally, the former Empress Place building is now the Asian Civilizations Museum, a place that preserves and celebrates Asian heritage. The UNESCO accolade may come at a cost. World Heritage sites are required to be protected by a buffer zone to keep key views of the site visible. This means buildings within the zone could be hit with height or form restrictions. While experts expect some resistance, they also think it could raise the property value in the prime area, especially if it can attract more global attention. Others say more can be done to give the place meaning for future generations. This includes adding more trees and shelters to manage the heat.
That makes the entire ground area fully for civic function, fully for the people movement. And that will create a sense of place, a sense of communal space that will strengthen the so-called the spirit of the place. That is belong to the community.
Prof. Widodo adds that a sustainability slant may give the Padang Civic Ensemble an edge in becoming a fully fledged UNESCO World Heritage Site.